Hey y'all, my name's Lee from Lily's Kitchen. Today we're making caramelized pineapple and habanero salsa. Hey y'all, my name's Lee from Lily's Kitchen. Today we're making a caramelized pineapple habanero salsa, and that is from the ball canning website. I've had a habanero in my freezer for 4 years now, and I need to use it up. So I saw this recipe and I wanted to try it. So habanero, even though it's so spicy, it goes really good with sweet things. I'm only going to do a half recipe because I'm not sure how it's going to go. So I'm going to do a half recipe and we're going to see how it goes. So for the recipe, I'm doing a half recipe. So you're going to need 2 pounds of cubed pineapple. So you could use fresh. I'm just using frozen because that's what I could get. I'm just going off the Ball's website. You're going to need 1/4 cup of sugar, and that's going to be sprinkled on top of the pineapple while you roast it. Then you've got 1/2 cup of bottled lime juice, and then you've got 2 habanero chilies. So I've got this one here. As I said, it's about 4 years old. It's been in the freezer. And then you're going to need 2 cups of chopped red onion and 1/2 cup of chopped coriander or cilantro. I love coriander. Some people think it tastes like death. So for the habanero salsa, we need to roast the pineapple. Now, pineapple is really expensive in my supermarket at the moment. So I actually picked up some frozen pineapple and I'm just going to get that into the oven. I'm going to child-proof this. Just going to get into a single layer there. And then they say it was 1/4 cup of sugar for the 2 pounds, so I'm going to half that. So we're going to put some sugar on top of it. All right, and now we're going to caramelize this in the oven for about 40 minutes. So while the pineapple is roasting, we're going to get all the rest of the ingredients all chopped up. Perfect. So now we're going to cut up the jalapeno. So I'm just going to remove the end of it. I'm going to leave the seeds in. It's 4 years old. It's been in the freezer, so I don't know how spicy it's actually going to be. Little tip though, if you go into the toilet after this, make sure you wash your hands properly. Douse your hands in lemon juice, just to be safe. Your thing's got to get a bit spicy. All right, so that's that. And now I'm just going to cut up the coriander, so I'm going to need 1/4 cup. All right, so now we're going to wait for the pineapple to finish cooking, and then we're going to go towards the next step. So I'm definitely going to have to do another packet. So in future, if you do the recipe, you're probably going to need more pineapple than you actually think. So this was 1/2 pound, and I barely have enough, so I'm going to have to put more on. So I've just pulled the pineapple out of the oven, my second batch, and hopefully we should have enough this time. And the actual good thing about doing it the second time is all the liquid from the pineapples actually picked up all that caramelized sugar that's on this tray. And it's just on 3.5 cups. So as I said, don't follow the 2 pounds of the pineapple. I would probably cook some extra. So now I'm going to put everything into a pot. So we get our pineapple. Our lime juice. Salt. Oops. A tablespoon of sugar. Now red onion. And our habanero. So now we're going to simmer this on the stove for about 5 minutes. And then we're going to add the coriander. And then we're going to blend it. All right, so now we're going to chop up the salsa in my blender, okay? So in the recipe it says to only put half into the blender and leave the other half, and I think that's just a texture thing. I would rather it be all chopped up, so I'm going to put it all in there, but they do specify do not make it as a puree, so I'm just going to put it in for a few seconds, just chop up properly. So this is my knockoff Burmo mix. And we have a few brands in Australia that do a similar thing. And then we're also going to add the coriander as well. Now, I'll be honest, this isn't nearly as good as a firmer mix, but for me, it does a job. I don't do full cooking or anything in it. I just use it for more for processing. It smells so good. Right, so now we're going to put this back into the pot for 5 minutes. And now we're going to get this back on the stove for 5 minutes. And the reason why we do that is to make sure that there's no air bubbles or anything left in it when we go to can it. All right, so now we're going to get into jars now. It's been cooking for 5 minutes. So firstly, we're going to grab our jars. Now, the only issue with these jars is they're actually a millimeter smaller, so my canning funnel doesn't actually fit this properly. And we're going to fill this to a 1/2 inch head space. Now it doesn't look like I'm going to make enough for a third jar, so I'll just put this one in the fridge. So this one, that will just go in the fridge, and I'll try that out later actually. I'm just going to wipe these rims down. Water should be sufficient to get rid of any of the sugar, and then want to put these lids on. All right, now they're going to go into the canner. All right, so first things first, we're just going to get a chopping board out ready for when they come out the canner. All right, and then we're going to put the lid on, and we're going to crank the heat up. So once again, I'm going to use my barbecue thermometer to track the temperature. So I'm just going to put that in there. And then once that hits 100 degrees, I'm going to start the processing. And it's going to process for 15 minutes. Alright, so now it's reached 100 degrees now, and it's stabilized. We're going to turn down the temperature just a little bit, because now it's full steam, it doesn't need to be full bore. And we're going to process it for 15 minutes.